The primary route and alternate route to hotel rooms, meeting sites, and other rooms should be well known by the security team. Local contacts for all visit sites should be recorded and available to all members of the team. Holding rooms in the vicinity of meeting rooms should be established in case executive needs to make a personal or confidential call or hold a special meeting. The location of restrooms and staff rooms, if one has been established, should be identified and the quickest route to those locations determined. If support is being received from local police, a meeting should be arranged at the site for discussion of the visit itinerary and other related details. The location of the executive's hotel room should be determined. Consideration has to be made if security personnel are required in the hallway or by the door to the executive suite. Perhaps a security or staff room can be located in close proximity to the executive suite. A detailed inspection of the room should be conducted during the advance. The hotel security and/or facility manager should be part of the inspection, as they know the room situation and configuration, and if anything is needed in the room, it can be arranged. A visual inspection and walkthrough should be made just prior to the visit. If possible, fixed security should be placed on the room following any inspection. The degree of access to the room should be determined, and the names of persons serving the room should be recorded. Room keys should be obtained. In some situations, a lock change should be requested and access keys limited. A determination needs to be made on the necessity to screen telephone calls to the room, and if so, the hotel operator should be alert to the procedure and who is responsible for authorizing calls to the suite. This may be done by furnishing an access list to the operator with instructions that all calls should be directed to the staff or to security. Arrangements should be made regarding the time for serving the executive's room. A determination needs to be made if someone from the staff or security should be present while a room is being serviced. Again, should fixed security be maintained on the room, or will a change of locks and key control be adequate? Perhaps a temporary alarm installed in the suite or connected to the door is enough security. The executive should be reminded to use the door deadbolt lock and chain and not answer the door unless a person is known or expected. A security room or staff room staffed 24 hours may be appropriate. If so, it should be located in close proximity to the executive's room. Personnel occupying this room should be reminded that any unnecessary noise may disturb other guests. If business meetings are being held in the hotel or off-site facility, a thorough inspection should be conducted. If highly confidential information is being discussed, consideration should be given to conducting an electronic countermeasure sweep. It may also be wise to conduct an ongoing sweep during the meeting in case information is being transmitted outside the room through a wireless device. If a sweep has been conducted, physical security must be placed on the room following the sweep and maintained until the meeting has ended. All entrances and exits should be identified and a determination made as to the need for physical security. An entry point for all attendees should be established at a security checkpoint. Security personnel staffing this point need to have an access list. A staff person hosting or planning the meeting should be available in case a person has been added at the last minute and their name has not been included in the participant list. Points of evacuation from the meeting should be designated and the evacuation route walked. The evacuation landing points should be known by all security personnel, including the executive driver, as the executive may need to be picked up and removed from the location. Security advances for public meetings are similar to planning for other meetings. Stockholder meetings will enable tighter security as the event is a company function and most attendees will be stockholders and on a stockholders list. Other public meetings hosted by outside groups will require a security plan within the desires of the local host. However, any large event attracting senior executives and government officials will have some form of security. It is important to make early contact with persons responsible for planning the event and security-related details. Location of the speaker's platform should be a location where evacuation can be quickly made and the public is only in the front area. If the crowd is allowed around the platform, evacuation and entry-exit is difficult and the executive's exposure is increased. The platform needs a buffer zone between the crowd and the platform. This can be in the form of a rope line, planters, or some other decorative devices. Security posts should be in front or beside the stage to prevent someone from entering the buffer zone or to remove the executive to safety if a threat appears. Since the executive is a participant in the event, the security plan may not meet the desired requirements of the executive security team. As appropriate, suggestions should be made to the host for improvements in the security arrangements. Otherwise, the executive security team must plan their security approach in an effort to compensate for any significant security weaknesses. It is not unusual for a reception to be held for special guests and visiting dignitaries prior to the public meeting. A guest list for persons attending and having access to the speaker's platform should be available at any checkpoint. The executive security person should have an understanding of how this will work and who will be responsible for determining access. The person with overall responsibility for the event should be identified and the method of contacting them during the event established. This is important as this person may be busy with a number of last-minute details and not readily accessible except by cell phone. Law enforcement presence may be on site and a point of contact should be established in advance and maintained throughout the meeting. Many times the police arrive at the last minute and contact has to be made quickly and briefly. However, it is important for on-site law enforcement to know the role of the security officer. Legal issues regarding removal of disruptive or disorderly persons need to be established in advance. For example, can the person be removed for trespassing? And if so, who is the complainant?